Hello there and welcome to another episode of Katawa Shoujo. Lynx here. As you remember from the last episode, or maybe you haven't watched, we've slept kind of on a bench. Because at night, we couldn't sleep. 4 AM, went out and went to the track for some reason. And we fell asleep apparently. Anyway, someone's shaking me. Hey, wake up! Huh? Where? Huh? What? I guess I fell asleep after all. What are you doing out here? You're going to catch a cold or something. I rub my eyes and am confronted by Emmy, who bends over me with a worried expression. Sorry. I'm still a little groggy, so my response comes out in a mumble. Couldn't sleep. Watch the sun go up. Sounds like something Rin would say. I shrug, feeling the stiffness that comes with sleeping on the bench for a few hours. Is it? I wouldn't know. Emmy grins at my somewhat cranky response. So, couldn't sleep, Obviously we need to run you harder today. Huh? Even though I've only known her for about a week, this seems a very Emmish response to the problem. Hey, my body was plenty exhausted after yesterday. My mind was just racing, that's all. I don't see the difference. If you run hard enough, your brain will get there too. I'm seriously questioning the wisdom of doing this first thing in the morning. I don't know if my grades will be able to handle me tiring my brain out like that. Emmy pulls me up from the bleachers with surprising strength for someone her size. Now come on, Hisao, we've got work to do. I don't actually know if I'm up to this today, to be honest. I mean, I obviously didn't get much sleep, and what sleep I got was on the bleachers, whatever. Bleachers. I don't know. Should I really be running? Emmy glares at me. Good heavens. What are you talking about? Of course you should be running. How else do you expect to work out the kinks? You've been sleeping on the bleachers, for heaven's sake. The best way to get that result is to run around them. Now stop hiding the bleachers and get down here, and I'm constantly saying in a different way. Whatever. There is no arguing that. I'm pretty sure she'd kill me if I didn't do as she said. I get to my feet and hop down to the track. Plot twist. He's in flip-flops. The sun is warming things up rather nicely, I think. Emmy and I begin to stretch out, and I find myself once again hard-pressed not to stare. If this is how I have to wake up every day, I might be able to get used to this. You know, Hisao, it's not polite to stare. I wasn't staring, I swear. Emmy raises eyebrow and considers me for a minute, as if evaluating my response. There's a brief moment where I'm afraid for my life. But then she smiles and laughs, shaking her head slowly. Oh, you didn't have to deny it so strenuously. In response, I clap my hands together and go for a change of subject. So, that's enough stretching, right? Let me give a casual shrug. Do you feel stretched? That's really how you tell. Well, I do feel up to the run, if that's what she means. Yeah, I feel ready to go. Same as yesterday, okay? We'll just run for a mile at a steady pace. Don't worry about going really fast. Just worry about keeping the pace. Got it? You ready, boss? Emmy grins again and we take off around the track. I think I'm going to die. We're not even done with the first lap. My legs are on fire. My breath is coming in ragged gasps. I can feel sweat pouring down my brow, and we've only just now rounded the second turn. Come on, Hisao. You've got 3 more laps to go. I can't do this. I can't do this. I can't do this. I think I might hurl. Somehow we're on the second lap. Emmy's not even sweating. How can she do this so effortlessly? I mean, she's been doing this for a while. For some reason I'm still moving. She's like a machine. Third lap. What happened to the second? Almost there, Hisao. Laya, we've got another 2. Nothing to be done. I can't do this. Amy whirls around and begins running backwards. Her face is a mask of anger that surprises me. Never say that. If you say that, you have already lost. Keep moving. If you're alive, you can keep moving. Damn it. Whoa, language. We're on the 4th lap now. Surely he seems to want me to keep going. Legs, move. 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 They feel so sluggish. I mean, I have that feeling as well in my legs sometimes, but it's not that rough to overcome this. I'm in the mood, or molasses, or tar. I can't go on. I will go on. Final stretch, Hisao. Give it all you've got. I pump my legs as fast as they will do. They keep refusing to obey my commands. Somehow I keep moving. Somehow I finish. That's it, Hisao. I knew you had it in you. The anger Emmy showed the lap ago is gone, replaced with pride. She is positively radiant, like she just won the golden medal or something. I stagger to a stop and fall to my hands and knees, gasping for air. My heart is pounding far harder than it has in a long time. I don't think it's done this since. Oh god. Please slow down, heart. Just slow down. Stop racing. I cough and for some reason feel a grin crossing my face. So this is how I die, huh? Trying to stay healthy. How ironic. I'm all ready to give up right there. But then I feel my heart slow down. 2 hands grab under my arms and tuck upwards. I look up and see Amy standing over me with a mixture of delight and worry. On your feet! Come on, you'll never catch your breath that way! Somehow I manage to stand. I try to raise my arms above my head, but they feel like lead. I start to walk around the truck while Amy keeps close to me, like she's afraid I'll fall over or something. She may not be far off. I feel terrible and say so. Amy laughs. But you finished, didn't you? You said you couldn't, but you did. Isn't that worth it? I'm not sure, and I don't really have the brief to say so. But that small grin I felt on my face earlier hasn't left. So what if my heart's weak? I still survived this morning, and I'll make it strong. Maybe I'll survive tomorrow too. Maybe. As soon as it becomes apparent that I'm not going to suddenly kill over, Amy takes off on her sprints. I know how the hell she managed to sprint after running a mile, but I guess she's in much better shape than me. Once again, as I walk around the track, I can't help watching Amy sprint. It's weird, but she's like a different person when she's pushing herself. Last time not her eyes, but this time it's her mouth that catches my attention. She's not wearing her normal grin. She's still smiling, but there is a tightness to it. It's almost grim, like she's fighting a losing battle but doesn't care. She seems to be running harder, like she did yesterday. Sweat has started to pour down her face, but she keeps on going. Her mouth finally opens as she can no longer get enough air through her nose. As she passes me once again, legs pumping, arms swinging time, and her lips slightly parted, she looks beautiful. Right. After we've both taken some laps around the track to cool down, Amy changes back to her usual self. The transformation I saw here is gone. Not bad today, Hisao. There is almost admiration in her voice. What do you mean? I would have stopped if you hadn't yelled at me. Emi color settled, seemingly embarrassed about her outburst. Sorry about that. I just can't stand to see people give up. Especially about something like this. Saying I can't go on is silly when you're obviously going on while you're saying it. I can't go on, guys. I just can't go on anymore. That's what this is all about. What? Saying silly things. Emi sticks her tongue out at me. Idiot. I mean showing that you're alive. Showing I'm alive, huh? I didn't know it had to be so painful. But it does feel pretty good despite that. Besides, this is one of the hardest days. What do you mean? Whenever you start to work out, it's equal to the first day really hard, the second day and the third day is easier. I guess. You still get days that are really hard, but they'll pop up less and less. That's true. So this would eventually get really easy, huh? Yeah, of course. But then you have to increase the difficulty or you'll never get ahead. You'll just get complacent and you'll lose the sense of accomplishment. So I will have to run more than just 4 laps, huh? Yep, but not for a while. You have to be careful, you know. A thought strikes Emi and her face lights up. Got it! Got what? You can come with me to see the nurse. That way you won't fall over, dead or anything. How charming. When? Right now, of course. You will need a shower and everything, right? We don't have much time then. Grabbing my hand, she's off, pulling me along with her. My goodness, but you're in a hurry today, aren't you, Emi? I have no idea how we got to the nurse's office so fast, but here we are. The nurse grins at Emi and seems to completely ignore me. You've got plenty of time to get showered and get to class, you know. There is no need to run through the hallways like that. I could hear you coming a mile away. Somehow it doesn't seem like he's actually scolding Emi at all. It's like this is a sort of routine between the two of them. Emi does a passable imitation of remorse. I'm sorry. I won't ever do it again. The nurse and Emi both laugh at some private joke. Suddenly it seems like, you know, he notices me. Oh, hello, Hisao. What brings you here? Well, Hisao's officially me on my morning trance, yeah. I start to explain, but Emi cuts me off. I thought he might need to visit you so that he doesn't die or anything. The nurse raised his eyebrows in mock horror. Yeah, that would certainly put me out of a job fast, wouldn't it? Well then, Hisao, let's have a look at you. Lift up your shirt, would you? I'm suddenly very conscious of the fact that Emi's in the room with me and blush in spite of myself. We click. The nurse seems to sense my discomfort, but it only seems to amuse him. A bit shy, are we? He makes an apologetic bow to Emi. Sorry, Emi, I tried to get you a free show, but it doesn't seem to have worked. Emi stiffens slightly and fires a look of annoyance at him. You're an asshole! Emi bows to me apologetically. I'll wait outside, okay, Hisao? I begin to stammer that it's not really a big deal. She doesn't have to leave, but she's already out the door and the nurse is laughing as he watches her go. Still got it. I unfollow. He laughs again, like he's on some joke that's over my head. I can still get her flustered. It's a competition of sorts we've had going on for a while now. That sounds incredibly sinister to me, and it seems as if the nurse realizes it too. Ah, that sounded a lot worse than it actually is. Come to think of it. I was going to say something. No, you're right. I should fill you in so that you don't get the wrong idea. I'm actually relatively new here, so you see. I got hired on the same year Emi started going here. Before that, I worked with Emi during her initial rehab following her accident. hold on, what? We had to amputate her legs after a really nasty car wreck. It nearly killed her and succeeded. Should you be telling us that? He shuts up abruptly. I blink at receiving this unexpected piece of news. Well, that's not my place to say. Anyway, we've known each other for quite a while. So we have a slightly familiar relationship than is strictly professional. He seems embarrassed, like he's done something stupid. Yeah, he... like patient-doctor confidentiality, right? I guess he's really worried about that. I wave hand to let him know it's not a big deal. Your secret is safe. Don't worry, I promise I'm going to be discreet. I had been wondering about what caused Amy to lose her legs, and that was one of the scenarios I thought of. There were only so... Oh boy. Oh boy. Well, at least... I don't know, maybe I shouldn't be saying at least, but... what he just said told us also explains why she had this grim expression when she mentioned her dad, right? I think we can connect the dots here as well. There were only so many ways that could have happened, but actually hearing about the facts, it's still a little shocking. Well, thanks. You're a good kid, Hisao. I can see why Amy became friends with you. She's quite indomitable, you know. What do you mean? You didn't see her learning to walk. She'd go for so much longer than the others in the hospital. She refused to quit. Normally it takes years to get to a point where you can even think about running again. Amy did it all in about a year. He almost seemed proud of her, like a father who watches his daughter win the competition or something. Hell, she'd probably have done faster if not for the fact that we wouldn't let her. Why not? Because she'd go for so long that her legs would start bleeding where they met her prosthetics. It's a real concern. It's why she comes by every day after she runs. To say nothing of the risk of infection if her legs get cut up and her prosthetics are dirty. But enough about that. If we don't get you on your way soon, Amy will think we're up to something. Boom, chicka, boom, boom. As he says this, he gives me a wink and begins checking my heartbeat. The stethoscope is way too cold. He really should have heated it up or something before he used it. After a few moments, he leans back, satisfied. Well, you sound pretty good to me, so you didn't have any chest pains while you were running, did ya? No, not really. I mean, I had some trouble catching my breath, and my heart was racing by the end too. The nurse frowns I say this, but then shrugs. It's probably just because you're out of shape, but if you don't improve, then you should let me know, okay? Don't push yourself too much, and of course, if you have any chest pains, come to me immediately. I put my shirt back on, and the nurse leans out the doorway to call Amy. What took you so long? I'm going to be late. The nurse gives me a significant look. I was just seducing Hisao, that's all. What? Come on! What have I told you about seducing my friends? I'd expected Amy to be shocked by this, but instead she seems merely annoyed, scolding the nurse as if he were a child stealing cookies. Meanwhile, I try to avoid blushing at the nurse's innuendo. I'll try not to do again, for I fear young Hisao may be lost to the female gender forever. Not freaking likely. I didn't mean to say that out loud, but both the nurse and Amy regard me for a moment before bursting into laughter again. Told you he was funny, didn't I? I guess Amy does talk to the nurse about a lot of stuff. Well, so you should probably get moving. You still need a shower before class starts, don't you? Crap, he's got that point. It looks like I've got only half an hour. That's more than enough. Thanks for your time. I'll see you later, Amy. I dash out the rooms as the nurse begins to remove Amy's prosthetics. As I head down the hallway, I can just barely hear his voice drifting after me. Amy, you've got to be more careful. Oh boy. I make it back to my room and shower in record time. It occurs to me that I've already been up for 4 hours and class hasn't even started yet. It's going to be a really, really long day. I hope I don't fall asleep in class. He will, right? He's got to fall asleep, come on. I would. Welcome to a new day, I guess. The morning sunlight streaming through my window wakes me up instead of my alarm, and I realize that it must be Sunday. Amy has kindly deigned to give me weekends off from our morning runs. I don't actually know if I woke up at all yesterday or if I just slept through the entire day. My legs groan in protest as I lever myself out of bed. All of this running has really taken it out of me. Still, I can't deny that Amy wasn't lying to me. It has gotten a little easier. I'd been worried that the runs would start to wear on my nerves, but thus far I haven't minded them that much. Well, it's only been a week. I suppose there's plenty of time for me to start dreading the sound of my alarm in the morning. Not that I could ever skip out now. As Amy said, it's hard to stop a routine when there is another person. And frankly, I don't think I'm equipped to deal with disappointed Amy. She'd probably give me those puppy dog eyes and I'd feel terrible about myself. Where are we supposed to do the track meet? Which reminds me, wasn't I supposed to be somewhere today? Oh. Hey! You're coming to my track meet on Sunday, right? What am I talking about? Of course you are! Right? Those puppy dog guys again. Of course I'm going. I owe you, right? Exactly, so don't forget, okay? Oh crap, the track meet. I'd better get a move on if I don't want to miss her running, since she's the only reason I even considered doing, yeah. Otherwise, it would defeat the whole purpose of going. And so I soon find myself quiet, suddenly surrounded by a crowd of people, all turning out to see our track team compete with another school like this one. Huh. I'll admit it's almost comforting to know we're not the only school like this. After you see that there can be two with a bunch of defective kids, well, you stop feeling so defective. You also stop feeling unique, which in most cases would be a bad thing, but in this case it sure as hell isn't. That's part of Yamaku's appeal, I guess. Learn that you're not unique. Hell, learn there is a lot of others who would kill to be solved with your problem instead of whatever they're living with. Some of the kids here aren't here because they're missing a leg or they have a heart condition. Some of them might be here because they're as good as dead in 2, maybe 3 years if they're lucky. And that's only if they get the right sort of care. It's a bitter sort of comfort to be able to say, well, at least I've got a chance of being alive to the college. But there it is. I'm brought out of my rather morbid musings by the appearance of Rin near the entrance to the bleachers. You came. Of course, I said I would, wouldn't? Yeah, right? Didn't I? Yeah? That doesn't necessarily imply that you had to follow through. Lots of people say things and don't mean them. Well, I don't, in this case. Rin shrugs, seemingly bored with our conversation. She turns on her heel and heads back towards the stands. I owe Amy money now. Why is that? I didn't think you'd show up. Amy did. So I owe her 500 yen. You two bet an awful lot, don't ya? Another shrug from my armless companion. I don't think so. We enter the bleachers, and Rin nods upwards. Up there. I came out to see if you'd come. For the bet, I presume. Rin leads the way, and soon we've settled down on an almost empty bench. There's an older woman sitting next to Rin, someone's mother, I assume? She's got rather long hair done up in a braid. On seeing Rin, she gives her a not familiar seeming grin. Well,
This is surprising. I thought you went to get a snack, not a boy.
Huh?
A snack? I wondered why I was down there.
The woman laughs again in a way that seems familiar. Where have I seen her before? Have I seen her before?
Well, I suppose you've always been wanting to go out for one thing and bring back another. But I'm being rude. I haven't introduced myself. I'm Meiko Ibarasaki, Emi's mother. Pleased to meet ya.
Well, that explains it. She's like a taller, older, and better endowed Emi. Apart from her being a darker shade than Emi's, there is really no mistaking the resemblance. Sorry, Hisao Nakai. Really, you don't have to apologize for not introducing yourself, Miss Ibarasaki. That's really Rin's job in this situation, isn't it? Another laugh from Emi's mother.
I take it you've not known Rin for that long then. It's best not to expect her to remember something like that. She's got other things to think about, I assume.
Rin nods, seeming pleased by this assentment.
She's right. I was thinking about sunsets. You see, it's really up to us to make introductions and the like.
For lack of any better response, I nod. Miss Ibarasaki leans back a little on her seat and raises an eyebrow.
So, how long have you and Rin been dating?
Huh? Where did that come from? My response consists of silence as my brain suddenly launches into gear. But just before I can begin to utter a hasty bubble explanation, Emi's mother bursts into laughter again.
You're a blusher, aren't you?
I don't know if there is any way to keep my dignity in this situation, so I settled for a mumbled response.
Maybe. So this must be a new romance then, mustn't it?
Wait, that's not the question. Another laugh.
I know, but it's funny to watch you squirm. I'm sorry. Forgive an old woman her amusements.
Old what? She sure doesn't look that old to me. Clearly, Emi gets her youthful features from her mother. I suppose I can let it go.
How kind of you. It's starting.
Hey, row 2, I know you. We've met you. In Hanako's route. And Lily's route. I don't know the other starters. Only Emi and Mickey. Man, I wish Mickey had a route. I direct my attention to the track where they are preparing for the first sprint. It looks like the 400-meter dash. My eyes scan the runners before finding Emi. She's smiling with an almost cocky look on her face. The starter raises the pistol. Boom! Emi explodes off the block, disappearing from the starting block in a blur. It's amazing, even as the other sprinters converge on the lanes closest to the inside, Emi surges to the front of the pack. By the time she rounds the final turn, some of the other runners have caught up with her. Their efforts come to naught for since a final burst of speed from Emi leaves them at least half a second behind. Miss Ibarasaki whoops and shouts, applauding wildly in general, looking like another parent cheering on their child. Emi bounces off the track looking pleased with herself. I cheer right along with the rest of them. The announcer, sounding suspiciously like Misha, gleefully gives the results.
I think she's gotten faster since the last time.
That was incredible. Miss Ibarasaki grins proudly.
Emi's heck of a runner.
We fall silent as the next event is being prepared. I'm surprised to see Emi striding out on the track again. Wait, didn't she just run? Emi's mother nods.
Yeah, but she runs multiple events for the team, especially the sprints. It's a lot of running, but Amy can handle it.
From the looks of things, she's right. Amy doesn't appear to be tired, as she hadn't run the previous event at all. If not for the sweat visible on her shirt, you'd never know. Which event is this?
It's the 200-meter dash. She'll do this one, the 100-meter, and the relay.
I see. Once again the pistol sounds, and once again Amy flies off the block. A thumping sound draws my attention away from the race. It's Rin's foot. She seems completely absorbed in the race. Amy's mother cheers again, and I assume that the race is over. Sprints don't seem to be like they take very long to complete. Your foot.
Huh?
Your foot was bouncing on the bleachers. Bleachers. Oh god, I don't know anymore. I constantly say it differently anyway. Let's see what's the correct way. God damn it. Bleachers, bleachers. Bleachers, right?
Bleachers.
That's right. I'll say it differently anyway.
Oh.
You seem pretty into this stuff, I'm surprised. Rin looks at me quizzically.
Huh? Why wouldn't I be?
No reason, just thought stuff like sports wouldn't interest you.
I suppose you're right. It's not that interesting. But I'm watching Amy, not the sport.
I don't follow.
Amy's the most Amy when she runs. You don't get to see Amy at her Amyest very often. But here you can see.
She directs my attention toward the track again, where the 100-meter dash is about to start. I watch Amy closely. As she gets on the starter blocks, her whole body seems to relax, but it's a false relaxation. I can see that she's actually like a coiled spring. As the starter tells everyone to get set, her head snaps up and her eyes narrow slightly. Her mouth curls upward in what could be a grin and could be a growl. When the pistol goes off, it's as she's been unleashed from a cage, like she was always moving at this blinding speed, but we couldn't see it happening until the starter's pistol dispelled the illusion of motionlessness. It's all over in a few seconds, but in those few seconds I feel like I just witnessed something very personal for Amy. As soon as she crossed the finish line, the first look was replaced by her normal grin. The conquering general returning to his farm. Amazing. She's really amazing. I've never seen anyone move that fast.
Well, don't look at me. I'm far too relaxed to run that fast. No. I think Amy's prowess all came from her father's side.
At the mention of Amy's father, Miss Ibarazaki looks wistful, almost sad.
He got her into running, you know.
Yeah, she told me. I'm uncertain as to whether or not it would be rude of me to ask after Amy's father. But after the look on her face a few days ago, I feel compelled to ask.
Hisao! How do you not know? I mean, connect the dots. Connect the dots.
Where is her father now, if I might ask? Amy's mother hesitates, clearly not willing to answer the question, but at the same time not wishing to appear rude.
He isn't around anymore.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to bring up bad memories. Let me just seemed out sad when she mentioned him earlier.
That's not surprising considering...
Huh?
They were very close.
I see. A beeping noise suddenly emanates from Miss Ibarazaki's pocket. Reaching into it, she pulls out the cell phone and looks at it.
Honestly, text messages. What is he, 16?
Huh?
Oh, nothing. I've got to go meet up with a friend of mine. Will you tell Amy I'm very proud of her and that I'll call her later tonight?
Of course, yeah. Wait, so he's... So maybe my connecting the dots is not as tragic as it would be? Maybe just, there wasn't death, but the family had a breakdown basically because of that? Maybe it was his fault that there was that crash and what happened to Amy and so on. We'll see. I'll admit that I zoned out for a while. I almost don't notice that the relay is about to begin, but when I look, I can't find Amy. I thought that Amy would be running the relay.
She runs anchor, so she won't be running for a while yet.
Oh.
Did you see it?
Huh?
Amy at her amiest.
Maybe.
Maybe this time.
The race begins, and I cheer Amy's teammates along as they pass the button. Finally, I see Amy sprinting to the track to take the final handoff. Once again, I'm taken back by how graceful she looks when she runs. It really is beautiful. The look of determination and fearlessness on her face only adds to the picture. Amy at her amiest, I suppose. But then, as she crosses the finish line, I see her stumble slightly. It's only barely, but it's a definite stumble. Rin indicates sharply and actually looks concerned for a second.
Oh, Amy.
Did she herself, do you think?
Ah, you noticed it too. It must be bad.
She frowns as if deciding to the next course of action. Eventually it proves to be too tiresome and she shrugs again.
Ah, well, let's go down. Gotta crown the victor. See if you can find a laurel branch. That's not going to be easy.
Jin shrugs.
At least we tried.
Well, we didn't really try all that hard. Or at all, but hey, whatever. Amy is surrounded by her teammates, all of them congratulating her on the run. Rin seems to be waiting for Amy to notice that she's arrived. Oh yeah, I guess she can't exactly wave Amy over. Then again, I'm not sure that Rin would do such a thing even if she had arms. It doesn't seem her style to draw attention to herself or to emote beyond shrugging. Either way, I'm not willing to wait, so I wave to Amy, who looks up and grins happily at me, as...
Hey you! You show up! Guess Rin owes me money, huh? We would have brought you a crown of laurels, but Hisao didn't find one.
Hey, neither did you.
It wasn't my job to look.
When do we assign jobs?
When I said see if you can find a laurel branch. Try to keep up.
I shrug, guess Rin's rubbing off on me. Seems it's my fault after all, Amy. Amy laughs at Rin and me.
It's okay, I'm sure you'll make it up to me somehow.
Sure.
Good, so how'd you look?
I stop myself from blurting out beautiful or amazing and settle for the substantially safer very impressive. Amy seems pleased with this assessment. I don't mention how much more impressive her performance is given her lack of legs. I figure she knows that already. Besides, it seems that it would take away from her efforts somehow. You know what? I'm kind of curious about something. Very much now. 100-meter sprint best time. 9:58. Okay. God damn it, copy this. 100 meters disabled sprint best time. So basic Paralympic, okay. 10:46. I mean, it's less than a second. Damn, they are fast as well. And the date, it's from 2012. Interesting. Damn. I mean, I wouldn't be able to beat that, that's for sure. I mean, I don't know my time for 100 meters, but I don't think I'd be able to beat it. Besides, it seems like it would take away from her effort somehow.
Great to hear! I was worried that I looked a little slow on the relay, but I guess I did fine, huh?
Actually, I don't. Rin kicks me and keeps me from finishing my sentence.
What was all that about? He noticed it at the end. Huh? That's no good. Guess the nurse will look at it for me later.
There is a carelessness in her voice, as if it isn't a big deal, but I suddenly notice a slight twitch on her face. Like she's trying to hide the fact that she's in pain. It's then that I notice her breathing is a little shallow too. I guess she really is hurt. She must notice my concern, because she skips up to me and gives me a friendly pat on the shoulder.
Hey, you look a little worried. I'm fine, really. Just sore from all the running, Hisao. And come on, a little pain is going to stop me.
Oh no. Amy grins, and for once she looks like she did during her sprint. Fierce and unconquerable. Or to put it another way, really beautiful.
Hasn't yet.
Well then, I guess I shouldn't worry, huh? I am for.
Damn right, I'm Amy Berezaki, fastest thing on no legs. I don't suffer anything.
Impressive. Amy giggles and then seems to remember something.
Oh, before I forget, Lynx are going to do something next Sunday as a post-track meet celebration. You should come along. Normally we do it the day after, but since the track meet was on a Sunday, I've got homework and class and all that stuff to take care of. Plus our morning run, of course.
Right, of course. Right. Your mom wanted to say she's proud of you. She will call you later tonight?
I thought I saw her in the stands. I'm glad she made it. Used to be my dad who showed up to my meets, but Mom's done a pretty good job of taking over.
She shivers slightly, and I realize that she's still all sweaty. A breeze has started to blow too. I'm not cold at all, and I've got my jacket with me, so without a word I throw it around her shoulders. Amy jumps slightly and then grins at me.
Hey, thanks. It's getting a little cold, I guess.
Yeah, looks like it. Just I begin to wonder whether or not giving Amy my jacket could be taken the wrong way a boy in a truck uniform approaches. Hey Amy! You're going to miss the medal ceremony!
Oh yeah, thanks.
She turns to Reed and myself.
You don't have to stick around for this part. It takes forever. Besides, you should get cracking on your homework now if you don't want to be up late, Hisao. Morning run tomorrow, don't forget.
How could I?
Good point. I mean, it's spending time with me after all.
With this, she waves quickly and dashes off to receive her medals, or whatever they pass off as a medal these days. Rin and I head away from the truck, Rin remaining deep in whatever thought she has for most of the walk back to her dorm. As I see her off, she speaks up.
You're probably not getting that cold back, I think.
I'm
Sure I will get it back eventually. Interesting. Take it as it comes, huh? Very Amish.
With this odd statement, she turns her heads into the building. Honestly, was it that big a deal? Amy was cold and, unless I'm mistaken, in pain. Giving her a solution to at least one of those problems seems like an obvious reaction. For I guess there is a chance I could lose my jacket if Amy never remembers to return it. I guess Rin has a point. Still, I can't bring myself to muster much worry over the whole thing. After all, it's been getting warmer lately. I don't need a jacket! Odd, I think I used to be a little more responsible with my stuff. Amish, huh? Maybe that's not really a bad thing. Maybe we'll find out what's going to happen with Hisao's jacket in the next episode. Anyway, hope you enjoyed for now. Hope to see you tomorrow. And I wish you a wonderful day. Bye bye.